Hey, welcome to this video presentation. I'm Omar Martin, and I want to talk to you today about a viral lead funnel. So I've got a little document here on my screen that I'm going to discuss with you, and there's just a few bullets that I want to talk about. But this week, I've actually had several people ask me about this topic because we have created a product called Viral Traffic Boost, and we're launching this product. So the question of what's a viral lead funnel, what exactly is viral marketing and all that has come up more than once, and I've had to explain it. And I figured it'd be good to create this kind of training so that I can point people here whenever they have a question of what exactly is a lead funnel, what makes a viral lead funnel effective, and how can I do it kind of thing. So essentially, what exactly is a lead funnel? We're going to break it down into two different explanations, and we're going to combine them together here. You have the lead funnel, and then you have viral marketing, and then combining them together to create a viral lead funnel. That's what we're going to talk about. So what exactly is a lead funnel? Well, a funnel is what we call a sales funnel, or an arrangement of web pages that walk the visitor through a process in stages. It's much more effective to slowly introduce someone into a purchase scenario than it is to kind of just like browbeat them with this giant grocery list of things that you want them to buy from you. Instead, it's a lot easier to maybe offer them something free, get them to join your mailing list, then take them to a download page for that free thing, then build a relationship with on that page, then maybe email them an offer, and walking someone through this process is much more effective than just trying to send that person to one page where you have a list of all your items and hope that they buy something. So I'm not saying that you can't sell products that way, because there's things like e-commerce stores, but those particular people tend to be shopping for something. I'm talking about a sales funnel usually brings a partially interested person and walks them through the purchase decision, as opposed to someone that goes with the intention of buying or shopping for something to a store or a website that has a lot of things on display, like a commerce store, e-commerce store, or something like that. Usually the way that it works in a lead funnel is you have at least two web pages. It's not truly by definition a funnel unless there's two web pages and you're walking somebody from one to the other. The idea of, and if just a little side note here, the idea of a funnel where it's open wide on the top and then narrow down at the bottom, the idea of calling this sales process a sales funnel is that a lot of people go in at the top, but only buyers come out at the bottom. So essentially this series of pages weeds out the non-buyers, if you will. And to have a funnel, you need at least two pages that are connected to this. So when we talk about a lead funnel, well, a lead funnel is primarily a series of pages that's assembled for the attraction of leads and capturing of leads. What's a lead? Well, it's a person's name and their email address. That's considered a lead, a prospect, someone that you can communicate with and build a relationship with, and then slowly guide them through a purchase decision over time. Now, how much time? Well, that all depends on how aggressive your marketing is and how interested or targeted the lead is. Sometimes that could be right in the session, as we call it, so that very time that they visit your page, they see the free thing, they download it, you take them right to an offer page. So right in that very session, that interaction with you, you're making them an offer. Other times, that session really takes place over a week or 2 weeks, where you're sending them an email, then you're following through, and so on and so forth. So usually what we tend to see is that when we're trying to sell something that's more high ticket or more expensive in dollar amount, those longer types of relationship building processes over time, walking them through that sales process over time, tends to be much more effective. Lower ticket items, you can be very successful by you send them here, hey, check out this free thing. They download the free thing, and right inside the free thing, you make them an offer for a non-free thing, a more expensive thing. And we're talking about digital products here. So a funnel, a lead funnel, is going to have at least two web pages that are connected by an opt-in form. Okay, so what's an opt-in form? It is basically a little box, or it's some sort of an area of a web page where there are two fields and a button. At least one field and a button, but usually we see two fields and a button. The top field asks for a name, the bottom field usually asks for an email address, and then the button allows them to submit that information. So that we find on what we call the landing page. And this is a page which is specifically made to capture leads. There's a lot of different vernacular for referring to these pages. Some people call them landing pages, some people call them squeeze pages. There's a bunch of different names. But essentially, it's a page where you're capturing name and email addresses of prospects. And usually you do that by offering them something free, and we call that an ethical bribe or an incentive or a lead magnet. You're basically saying, hey, look, if you enter your name and email in these fields and click submit to join my list, I'm going to instantly email you this free resource, this book about how to learn underwater basket weaving. I don't know, whatever free thing it is that you're giving away. But it's usually something digital that can be downloaded or can be emailed. And this process is called a lead funnel. Now, the second page in the funnel is usually the download page. It's the page where that item can be accessed. That item that you promised, that ethical bribe, can be accessed by the prospect. And we use a download page because usually we want to take advantage of that real estate and the fact that they're there to download the thing you promised them. We want to take advantage of that web real estate to make them some sort of an offer, to show them a video where we build a relationship with, or we give them more instructions to take the next step. Because they've already taken the first step with you, so the download page is usually an opportunity for you to fulfill the promise that you made them on the landing page of giving them a free thing, but also to get them to commit to the next step. And these are all called, in marketing terms, they're called micro commitments. They're little commitments that train the user to do what you say and to listen to you, and at the same time build a relationship with the user, each time inching them closer and closer to the sale through the purchase process. Okay, so usually a lead magnet is something that you put some kind of digital offer that you put on the front page of the lead funnel, which is called the landing page, and then it also contains this opt-in form, as we call. So essentially, if we were to draw this out, the opt-in form is kind of the gate, right? And that's what allows people to go to the download page. So it's not a download button. You make them an offer, but instead of a download button, right below that thing that you're promising them, you say enter your name and email, and then I'll show you the download button. So they have to do something in order to get something. And when we're talking about giving you the name and email, that is lead capture. So this is called a lead funnel. And they're very, very powerful in marketing because we can use this to build very targeted lists of people, because if they entered their name and email to get that thing, then we know that they are interested in that thing. Now, I made the reference to basket weaving, underwater basket weaving, whatever the heck it is that you want to give them away, cat juggling, you could, whatever resource you want to give them, whether it's an ebook, a text file, whatever free thing you want to give them, you know that they are interested in that thing because they were willing to give you your name and email for it. So now essentially you've built a list of subscribers that are interested in that thing. And that is powerful because now you can email them offers for similar things. And this is how you make money as an affiliate marketer. Now, what is viral marketing? We just went over what exactly is a lead funnel. Now let's talk about what viral marketing is, because that's the only way we're going to be able to put it together and understand what a viral lead funnel is. So viral marketing essentially is the type of marketing, and let's break down both of those words, viral and marketing. First of all, what is marketing? Marketing is raising awareness. Okay, a lot of people out there confuse sales with marketing. Selling and marketing are not the same thing. Marketing is raising awareness, educating the public, and getting them interested in a product. Okay? Selling is the actual process of getting them to take action and exchange money for that product at a given time. So they're two different things. They go hand in hand, but marketing is educating and raising awareness and raising interest and creating curiosity and getting them to take a look at your thing. And selling is actually getting that person who's looking at your thing to take money out of their pocket, pay for it, and take it home. Those are the differences between marketing and selling. So now you understand what marketing is. It's the raising of awareness. Well, what's viral marketing? Viral marketing essentially is when you, as the marketer or the vendor, whatever role, however you want to classify yourself, you create campaigns or coordinated effort. That is a campaign. It's a coordinated effort to compel your visitors who are there to be marketed to, that you're raising awareness to. So everybody that comes in to be marketed, you are creating a campaign that in one way or another rewards them for inviting more people. Okay, so let's talk about this. Viral marketing is when you as a marketer get the prospect to bring you more prospects. Okay, so this can also be done with an ethical bribe. And this is done all the time that way, where we basically say, hey, share my page and I'll give you this, or I'll give you that. Now let's talk quickly about the word viral. Viral basically means that it's contagious. It spreads like a virus. Okay, so one person shares it with the next, and so on and so forth. So just like a virus, one person can infect two people, and two people can infect two more people, and so on and so on and so forth, especially after everything that's gone on in recent times here. I don't need to explain to you how a virus works, but when we're talking about that viral effect in marketing, it's very powerful. It's very, very powerful because you can get your marketing message and you can get your product in front of a lot more people if you get the people that are looking at it now to invite other people to take a look. The best way that I can describe this is the crowd that forms outside of a window when there's a product on display. Like if you've ever seen the Macy's display around Christmas time in New York, the crowd, like you get one person looking at it, two people looking at it, three people, before you know it, there's a crowd, right? So there's a different psychological thing going on there that's called, it's called greed factor, and it's basically social proof. People see other people looking and they want to see what's going on too. But what we're talking about with viral marketing is kind of starting that process off and then letting the people, so basically you bring the initial people, you start marketing to the initial people yourself. Organically, you bring those people in through whatever various methods you might be trying to advertise your product as a marketer. But now once they're there, they haven't bought yet, they're not customers, they're just looking. They're interested. They've showed an interest because they showed up to look. Now you're saying, hey, would you like a sample? Yeah, why not? Well, listen, I'll give you a free sample if you just share this on your Facebook wall. That's a micro commitment before you even got the opt-in. So that's before you're even asking them to enter their name and email or give you anything. You're just kind of testing the waters and say, hey, look, you want to check it out? Hey, you want a sample, or you want this, or why don't you go ahead and share this? And so that is usually called the share gate. The share gate, there's a lot of tools out there, softwares that actually reward people for sharing your page. Now, here's the viral component of that, because I'm sure you've seen some sort of like share gate or reward system, maybe a social contest or something like that in the past, where if you do something, you earn something. Here's the magic that happens. I want you to understand that as human beings, we are hunter-gatherers by nature, okay? Birds, I'm sure you've heard the expression, birds of a feather stick together, right? So we tend to form groups, and we tend to congregate on the basis of similar interests and needs. So people that have common interests tend to be friends and tend to stick together in groups, and they tend to form tribes, okay? This is how it's been throughout human history. From the days of the clans and the troglodytes and all that. This is I'm not talking about nations and politics or anything like that. I'm just talking about basic human nature. Okay? We group together. So this is an important thing for you to keep in mind when we're talking about social media, right? So we're talking about society, we're talking about humans and how they behave in a group. Well, on social media, we also tend to congregate based on interests and needs. And it's very likely that someone who is an underwater basket weaver has a bunch of Facebook friends that are also underwater basket weavers, or interested in underwater basket weaving, or fans of underwater basket weavers. And that's why they are associated and kind of in the same congregation, sect, tribe, whatever you want to call it. Okay, this is important because this is where the benefit comes in to asking someone to share your page in exchange for a free thing about basket weaving. All right, so I don't know why I picked the underwater basket weaving niche, but it serves its purpose in this example. When that person says, yeah, I want my 3-page free report about basket weaving, and they click that share button to get that free report, your page, your free basket weaving offer marketing page, landing page thing that you made, is now going to be displayed to that basket weaver interested person's friends on their Facebook page. And we've already established that birds of a feather flock together. Now that means that you're getting your basket weaving page in front of a whole bunch of other interested basket weaving eyeballs. And now, if they come to your page, the process continues because you're going to make them the same offer. So you see how pushing a little bit of traffic to a page that's set up in this viral nature will attract more people. Okay, so this is what viral marketing is. It's not necessarily selling things. I already spoke to the differences between marketing and selling, but viral marketing is when you get people that are sharing or displaying an interest in your page to bring more people to your page, and so on and so on and so on. You may have heard or remember, I'm going to show my age, the old Fabergé, what was it, like some sort of shampoo or something called Fabergé, and she told a friend, and she told 2 friends, and she told 2 friends, right? It's viral marketing. So how does a viral lead funnel work? So now, for a moment, picture combining these 2 processes. What exactly is a viral lead funnel? Well, a viral lead funnel combines viral marketing with a lead funnel. And it basically attracts people. And it's where you as the marketer, the vendor, whatever you want to call yourself, you attract people and you get them to attract more people for you, but it involves and even requires the opt-in process. Okay? So picture that you actually bring somebody to your page, and now they actually have to opt in to get the free thing. But then when you're giving them the free thing, you say, hey, listen, this free thing is actually part of a set. Do you want the whole set or just the free part? Because if you want the whole set, please share my page. See what just happened there? You got the lead because you did the lead funnel thing with the squeeze page kind of opt-in form on the front. But then when you were giving them the thing that you promised, you said, hey, look, do you want the video that goes with it? Or would you like the downloadable audio book or just the text? Because we got this whole thing. And if you just click the share button for me, I'll give you this other thing. So again, it's a micro commitment sequence where you're asking them to do this little thing here and then do this other little thing here. And eventually you're going to ask them to give you money, right? You're going to maybe a small amount of money, maybe say, hey, would you like to try my course for 14 days for just $1? So you took them from just giving you their name and email to inviting a friend to then maybe just trying your full course for $1. Okay? Now, there's a lot of power here when you set this up. This is called a funnel. And eventually you're going to bring them to your main thing, which might be a $37 a month offer or maybe a $99 product or whatever it is. And that's going to put them on another sequence where maybe you're going to invite them to watch a webinar where you're going to make a $1,000 offer. But it's always about bringing people from one of these micro commitments to another micro commitments to another until you get to that macro commitment and that sales pitch where you're actually selling them, not just marketing to them anymore. You marketed to them, you raised awareness, you got them to trust you, and now you're making them an offer. So the process of getting there is really, really made a lot easier for you when, well, actually, let me rephrase that. this whole process becomes a lot more profitable and successful for you when you add viral components to it, when you put little incentives along the way to get that person in the funnel to bring you more people into the funnel. Because when you do that, you're dual purposing, and you don't have to spend your life. And again, this is probably the biggest business killer, online business killer there is, and that is driving traffic. Most people that fail at building an online business is because they just suck at driving traffic. They get real good at the product creation part. They get real good at doing videos and doing everything except marketing. You know, and unfortunately, it's called internet marketing for a reason. You have to spend just as much time on the marketing as you do on the internet. And unfortunately, most people spend a whole lot of time on the internet learning how to do this, learning how to do that, making the video, writing the copy, but then when it comes to the marketing, they expect themselves to be able to do that in 1 week before their launch, even though they spent a year. So, you know, you should spend just as much time marketing your product as you did creating it, right? That just makes sense. But for whatever reason, most people abandon conventional wisdom at the door when they decide to do business on the internet. So my point here is that you want to basically create funnels that combine both viral marketing with lead attraction processes like the one that I've described. Little micro commitments, asking people to share. When you're doing that, you can push a little bit of traffic by conventional means, whether it be your own email list, whether it be with your own followers, with maybe YouTube videos or whatever kind of social media tribes or followers you have, Twitter, whatever, Instagram, whatever. You get people to see your initial thing. And that you do that initial traffic driving, maybe run an ad, but what happens now is once you kind of push that a little bit, you start seeing the share ratio. You start seeing residual traffic coming in from the invites, from the shares, right? And then now you can kind of gauge how often you got to push it because it eventually starts to die down. But it's so much more powerful than just allowing your life to be consumed with driving traffic. And, you know, there's so many people, really good people that create good products that really deserve to succeed. But then what ends up happening is they just get obliterated by the lack of traffic. They try SEO, which takes forever and hardly works. They try paid ads at a high volume, high rate, and then they end up running out of money to do it because you can't just run one ad. You got to run 12, and you got to test them against one another. And by the time you figure out the formula, you've already wasted all your money. You have no more money to run an ad after it took you so long to get it to work. You know what I mean? Because you got to test all these different ads and the right image, the right copy, the right place, the right, targeting, all this other stuff. So, and then the other way, like a lot of people buy solo ads, and that's risky, man, because you don't know who you're buying it from. A lot of the times, the majority of the times, the traffic you get from solo ad purchases is garbage. It's just garbage clicks that you can't sell anything to those. So adding these viral components to your marketing funnel, to your lead funnel, really enable you to get an ROI, like a solid ROI out of any of those methods. Where if you're just taking, like for example, if you just spent a few $100s on a solo ad, and that solo ad results in like 100 clicks, and out of that 100 clicks, really only 5 or 6 people end up on your list, that sucks. That's going to be really tough to grow that list. And these kind of numbers, they might sound harsh, but this is what people get when they spend hundreds of dollars. And what if you had viral components built in where those 6 people turn into 12 and those 12 people turn into 24 and so on? Now, I'm not going to say that it's always going to work that way. I'm just saying that you have a much better chance of getting to that ROI that you want if you have viral components in your marketing and if you add viral marketing to all of these little micro commitments that we're talking about. How can you do this? How exactly can you do this? We're going to talk a little bit about that because there's a few different ways. There are ShareGates. I was mentioning ShareGates before, viral inviters, social contests, and a product that we just released called Viral Traffic Boost. So ShareGates, most popular one, I've used many times, made a lot of money with. It's called Buzzinar. It's actually one of our products. I invented it a long time ago, and it essentially creates a little window that you can put on any one of your pages, either an HTML page or a WordPress page, and you basically just it just incentivizes people for sharing on Facebook, on Twitter, or for putting a link on their website. And the technology kind of checks that they did that, and then once it confirms, yeah, you did share on Facebook, here's your reward. So you can create these share gates where they can't get their thing until they share. Viral inviters are, I guess a ShareGate kind of falls into the whole viral inviter thing, but viral inviters are more like these, you may have seen these like email programs where you go to a website and it's got a field and it says, hey, if you give us the names and email addresses of 10 of your friends, we're going to give you this other thing for free. So those obviously are not as successful as the viral gates or like share gates, because sharing something is super easy. You click a button, boom, it's shared on my Facebook. It's a little bit more intrusive asking somebody to kind of cough up, personal information, which it's not private information, but it is personal information, right? It's somebody's name and their email address. It's like, you're asking somebody to give you that stuff. So yeah, viral inviters, they used to be popular, about 10 years ago. Everybody had one of them on their site. Not as much anymore. Social contests. Now, this is cool. Unfortunately, there aren't really a lot of good softwares out there that do this. There used to be a really, really great one that Melinda and I used many times. It worked awesome. It's called Contest Burner. And I heard a rumor that they were going to redo it and revamp it and put it out there. If not, we should probably create one because it's so neat. Contests are awesome because people love them. And basically what social contests are is it's an app or an application or a software that essentially keeps track of how many times people shared your thing, whether on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, different social sites. So they get a unique link to spread around, and that link brings people to your site. And what you're doing is you're awarding people points based on how many clicks their links got. So they're sharing their link on different social media tools or whatever. It's really neat. And what ends up happening now is you can create a contest and say, hey, look, on this date, we're going to tally up who has the most shares or likes or clicks or whatever, and I'm going to give away this prize or that prize or whatever. I've done it with Melinda where we've given away a free cruise. We gave away a marketer's cruise ticket. We've given away video studios. We've given away, all kinds of gear. And it works great because people get really competitive, and you post a leaderboard. And these viral, the contest burner was great because it gave you, it would put everybody's name on there and show how many, points they were accumulating, and then the people were commenting underneath like, oh, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to get, and it was great because there's so much energy, so much viral energy, and people are inviting people to the page. So what we did this whenever we were doing the launch, and we created these contests that gave exposure to our launch. You can't buy this kind of exposure. This is people with a vested interest in sharing your link in order to accumulate points because you're rewarding them with prizes. It's so much more powerful than putting money into an ad and hoping that it gets clicks and hoping that those clicks are people, real people, not robots, and hoping that those people there's a lot of breakpoints in that chain. But in contests, you see a totally different dynamic of people that truly are interested, and they get very dogmatic about it, and you hold these contests over a month, and people are like logging in every day, let me see how many points I have, and so on and so forth. Really, really cool stuff. Now, there's another tool, and this is the tool that I mentioned earlier we've just released, called Viral Traffic Boost. And the reason that I created this tool is I wanted to combine the lead funnel process with viral marketing in a way that was super simple, non-intrusive. We don't have to have multiple pages. We don't have to have an opt-in form and a share button on the download page. One button. And that's what Viral Traffic Boost does. So Viral Traffic Boost is basically a customizable share button that you can put on your page, on your landing page. So instead of saying, hey, enter your name and email to get this thing, and then later saying, okay, now that you got your thing, won't you share so that you can get the other thing? Instead, this one button does both. The one button, it shares, and it also puts their name and email on your list at the same time without them even having to enter it or opt in. Because what it does, Viral Traffic Boost, when they agree to share on Facebook, Viral Traffic Boost gets the name and the email of that person from Facebook, because it's connecting your site to Facebook to share, and that the name and the email of the person that's sharing is right there, and with permission, it is transferred. That name and email is added to your list. So it's very powerful. You're building a list, and you're getting that viral traffic at the same time with one button, and the button takes them directly to any page you want to take them to, and it puts your download banner for whatever ethical bribe you promised them on that target page at the top. Very, very powerful combination of steps here into one button. And this is an idea that I had years ago. It's taken us over 2 years to develop. We've had to start over several times because just different things, challenges that we ran into and problems, and then that code didn't work anymore, and then this Facebook changed something, or Aweber changed something, or it was such a pain in the ass, but we finally got it, and it works like a charm. It works really, really well. Viral Traffic Boosts. So selfless plug. If you don't have it, grab yourself a copy of it, because it's very powerful, and it combines the whole lead funnel that's so important for you to grow your list and be able to market your products to. Combines it with the viral marketing angles that we're talking about, which are so important for raising awareness and getting traffic to come in to truly return the investment on any kind of effort. And look, regardless of how you're getting your traffic, that initial push that we're talking about, whether you're doing it through, you can get money, but you can get traffic by investing money or investing time. You're going to have to do one or the other, or both. And usually most people do a combination of both, because if you invest just time, it's very slow, and you don't make money fast enough, because the free methods are very, very time consuming and take a long time to work, typically, until Viral Traffic Boost. But the other method is paying money to get traffic, right? So this is a really good way to get that initial traffic that you're saying, getting a really, really good return on the investment, because that initial traffic that you send multiplies on itself through these viral components that Viral Traffic Boost allows you to put into place. So I hope that this has explained what a viral lead funnel is, what viral marketing is, as well as what a lead funnel is, and how you can combine the two in your own business. I can't think of it. As a matter of fact, there are very few niches that these concepts won't work in. I'll tell you straightforward, I will be very forthcoming with you and tell you where this won't work. This will not work in the embarrassing niches. There is a lot of money to be made in embarrassing niches. I know people that are they offer solutions and for bad habits like nail biting and things like that. There are people out there selling medication for and natural healing remedies for embarrassing ailments, hemorrhoids, and things like that. So here's the thing. Viral sharing is not, any kind of viral stuff really isn't going to work for those kind of embarrassing niches, because generally people don't want to share that information with others on their wall. So people don't necessarily gather because oh, hey, you have hemorrhoids? Yeah, I do too. Hey, let's start a Facebook group together. That doesn't happen in the embarrassing niches. But I can't think of, other than embarrassing niches, anywhere, any avenue, any marketplace, any kind of hobby or interest that viral marketing, especially Viral Traffic Boost, wouldn't work in. So I challenge you to try this. Try this sort of component, viral component, in your funnels, in your lead funnels specifically, and you're just going to see right away that you're attracting more leads, more targeted leads, because like I said, birds of a feather, they stick together, and you're going to see a significant return on your traffic investment and the time and the money that you're investing in your traffic. So I hope you found value out of this training, and I look forward to seeing you on the next MUA episode. Take care.